Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Florida Atlantic ready to kick it off and get this game started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Yellow Jackets offense will go on the attack first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, they're not going to do what happened last week. You can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Wants to throw. It's Evans. It's complete to the right. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves it with 3rd and 2. The Yellow Jackets are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Reads it, fires complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Oh, what a cut! They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Got enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Works the middle of the field. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
7, Florida Atlantic, 0.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Florida Atlantic Owls offense has its first opportunity of the day. They'll try the run. Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Swings it out to his running back. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Shakes off the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Rides to back and leaves it. And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Got it in the middle. It's Lopez. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense is stuck way back in its own end of the field. They'll go to the ground. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Back to throw, it's Evans. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Pressure coming. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. It's complete on the right side. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The toss to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Makes the grab. It's Scott. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Makes the grab. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Dropping back, it's Evans. Here's the pressure. The Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but oh, he's got some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Gets it to him on the screen. Across the 25, he's got room. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. He'll pull it on the read. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Buffalo was able to cap off a close one inside UB Stadium with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Under fire. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Using the quick game. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Rushes on him. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. And the Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got his man in the middle. Turning it on. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. The Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Yellow Jackets are threatening on first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Evans. Bringing the heat. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Zings it complete to the right. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, picked up a few before being brought down.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
He'll pull it down and run. Smashes ahead. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Wants to throw on first down. On the run, still looking. Just a short pass to the tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Scrambling away. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Missed it, no good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Boca Raton.
The Yellow Jackets will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He'll do it himself. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
Pulls it in. It's Hampton. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. The Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The give to the back. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
That's reeled in. It's Hampton. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Owls can really attack on this second and short.
One back, baby, one back.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Makes the grab. That's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down. Take away and a big play for this defense. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Powers through the defender. Not much room to run. Give him one to the 7.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's
intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Owls! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Touch pass on the jet sweep. There he goes. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
First down for the offense.
They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Trying play action. Fires on the move. Finds space on the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him him out at the 40. And the Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. Works the middle.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Pulls and fires complete. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air, it's Evans. Setting up the screen. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start putting a lot of pressure.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter where this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside CUSA today. Kansas proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Jayhawks team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. But you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give on the option. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Owls line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. He's going for a big play downfield. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the 1st half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs. Ready to fire from the pistol. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Going to swing it on 2nd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target, and as a result, that ball's incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And guys, Florida Atlantic is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. And the Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. No fair catches here, looking for room. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Complete on the comeback. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And that should be enough to give Florida Atlantic the first down.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting first downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense.
Might as well give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Gives it on the option. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Give to the single back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Hold and fire complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Evans. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Florida Atlantic.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
And they swarm him under. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Evans. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. 4th quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete. Is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
Oh, he's got some space. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here.
Here we go. Ready?
Direct snap. It's Smith. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. The Yellow Jackets buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Now facing 2nd and 10 from their own 1 and hoping to avoid a disaster. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Snagged in the middle, H. Garcia. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Scanning the field, it's Evans. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock.
QB spikes it. No gain. On the
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pucks it out of the air. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
first down. QB spikes it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to fire. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
It's not over yet. There's still a little bit of time on the clock. Obviously, that score gives you a chance, but man, oh man, do you need some miracles to happen some way to get this football back and do some damage with it. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do